Hey folks, Chris here. So today was the day that I was going to head south down to Parker and then into Yuma and then quickly over into Phoenix. But boy, today was a frustrating day. Nomad life. So on my way down there, I left mid-afternoon. I'd made the plans. I got things done. I was going to stop by Parker Dam on the way over there and do a bit of exploring, and that all worked out well. I got the RV down there, and they don't let RVs go up to the dam. So I parked down lower into the city. I took the scooter off, drove up, and got a bunch of photography and did a little bit of exploring. Fantastic dam, I got to tell you. Whoever designed that thing did a fantastic job. And it was designed back in the 1930s, early 30s, and it's clear that its design phase came from an Art Deco period. I mean, it's really clear. It's a beautiful piece of architecture, I think. And then I came back to the RV, and then I pulled out, and I noticed I heard a sound coming from the right front tire. And then a little ways down the road, I stopped at a gas station, and I could hear something. It was like a repeating, like a sound of like, not exactly crunching, but a repeating sort of like sandy, slight crunchy sound. I don't know what, but it was something that didn't sound right to me. And it kind of freaked me out. So I thought, I'm going to go just a little bit longer because it was only just a few miles to Parker. So I drove into Parker proper, and the RV was driving fine. This RV actually drives really well. I like driving it. And I got to the Walmart there, and I passed the Blue Water Casino, which I had read about. There were tons of RVs. There's this huge open flat area right under the big Blue Water Casino sign. And I thought, well, okay, that's a note for the future of a place to stay. And I got into the Walmart, and I looked underneath the tire. I can't see anything. I mean, I'm not a mechanic, but I was stressed out at this point, and I was like, what do I do? I'm certainly at this point, I'm not going to just, hope and wish that it's going to go away and go, another 120 miles down to Yuma. So I thought, well, do I spend the night here and then find a mechanic in Parker? And Parker's not exactly a huge city, but there are plenty of RVs, and it's a snowbird area, so I'm sure there would have been a mechanic there. But I got to tell you something. I kept having the worst feeling about going south. And it felt like it was a thing to pay attention to. And I just had this weird, depressing, desolate feeling. Yeah, it was crazy. Like, I've been thinking about this. I've been planning it out. I've had all these areas scoped along the way that I was going to stop and I was going to explore and do awesome video content of. There was an amazing petroglyph site that I wanted to go see. But I just had this terrible feeling. And it was also really warm. It was warmer there in Parker than it was here in Lake Havasu. And Lake Havasu's already been getting up into the mid 80s in the sun. I'm sure it's 90. And that's one of the reasons why I've wanted to get moving, was because it's getting warmer. And I knew I was going to be heading south into warmer areas temporarily. But how warm it was kind of took me off guard, even though I've been looking at the weather reports. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to backtrack back up to the BLM spot that I was at. And here I am again. It's only 30 miles away. And the reason for that is because I quickly rethought my plan. Find a mechanic here in town. I'm going to drive the RV again in the morning, and I'm going to do some more tests on it just to make sure it's driving correctly. I'm going to have it checked out. But I got to tell you, I felt better about that. I felt better. I just had this feeling of like, okay, that's the right course of action to do. Find a mechanic in Lake Havasu, try and get over into cooler temperatures via going sort of north. And that may be even going as far back up as St. George, and then going over to New Mexico that route. Because it's significantly cooler even in St. George when I was looking at the weather. But it's getting too warm already down here. So I am frustrated. I'm a little freaked out because another mechanical thing to take care of, or to at least get figured out. And I'm hoping it's just something inconsequential. But this is really beautiful. I keep using that word, and I've got to come up with some better language.